best record in the American League, going to New York. New York Yankees sit at the top of the American League East and at the top of the American. 35-17. They're 8-2 in their last 10, plus 84 run differential. Their expected win loss is exactly what their win loss. So, what can you take away from that as a whole? Number one, the Yankees are good. Number two, there's no flukes, right? There's no there's no discrepancies. That's the word I was looking for in terms of, oh, like these guys are getting lucky, right? Like they're winning a bunch of one-run games and it's a fluke that they're good. No, their expected win-loss is right where their actual win-loss is. Not to mention, they've played some pretty darn good teams. And they've taken care of business against the bad teams. They play well against the good teams. They're coming off a 4-game split with the Seattle Mariners, and they lost back-to-back games. I think one or both of them, the Mariners ended up rallying and kind of came back to take the lead in the late innings. Yankees bullpen kind of faltered. But if you're looking at team stats, right, you're ranking all the teams in Major League Baseball, and you rank them in terms of offense. Who leads the league in home runs? The New York Yankees. Who leads the league in OPS? The New York Yankees. Who leads the league in on-base percentage? Tied for first? The Yankees. So, what does that tell you? The Yankees are smashing the ball. I mean, they're just smashing the ball, and they're getting on base. And when you have a combination of a team that's getting on base like crazy, and then you're slugging, you're going to score a lot of runs. You're going to score a ton of runs. Not to mention, who leads the league in team ERA? The New York Yankees. Okay? The Yankees are the real deal in 2024. And I'm not exactly sure what the discrepancy was from last year's team to this year's. Obviously, the addition of Juan Soto, the addition of Alex Verdugo. Of course, the roster is different and definitely better than it was last year. Based on the Yankees and the way they're trending in 2024, is this team, if it ends up where it looks like it's going to, is this team actually 20 games better than the team last year? No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. In fact, last year, they had Garrett Cole, okay? When a team like the Yankees, and we mentioned this before, okay? When a team like the Yankees goes through what they've gone through, and what I mean by that is what they've gone through in the offseason. The Yankees found out they were going to lose Garrett Cole. They had two options. Number one, slide back into the rut. Do exactly what they did last year. Go through the motions. Don't play with a ton of energy. Don't be dedicated and committed to a team-wide approach. Play with limited enthusiasm. Hope for the best. See what happens. And finish just above 500. Or option two they took is, we love Garrett. He's the reigning Cy Young, but we're a bunch of dogs. And I mean, literally, these guys are woofing at each other in the dugout. They decided to embrace and commit to an attention to detail, maximum effort, intensity, high level at bats, working counts, finding barrels, leading the league at hard contact. And on the pitching side of it, the pitcher's saying, we love Garrett. He's the man, but we are going to go out and be who we can be. We're going to step up. We're going to elevate our game. Sliding down into a rut like we did last year, we're going to elevate our game. And as we sit almost 2 months into the season, we've got the New York Yankees leading the league in OPS, leading the league in team ERA. Garrett Cole hasn't thrown a pitch for them this year. And Aaron Judge started to heat up quite a bit, but got off to a pretty slow start. They also haven't had DJ LeMahieu, probably one of the best contact hitters in the sport. They also haven't had Jason Dominguez, the super Martian prospect that they called up last year, who is dealing with Tommy John recovery. They don't have all their guys. They have a lot of them, but they don't have all their dudes. Garrett Cole won the Cy Young for them last year, hasn't thrown a pitch, and they lead the league in ERA. Of course, Yankee fans are going to be happy. Of course, they're going to be cocky, but it was obvious and apparent from the early parts of this season that the New York Yankees were a completely different team. Their approach was different. Their effort level was different. Their intensity was different. The vibes in the dugout were different. Seen a lot of stuff inside the world of baseball media about how a lot of times last year, the Yankees would win 2 out of 3 or 3 out of 4 in a road series and have that final getaway game before they head back home. and they'd roll out a lineup of a bunch of backups, a bunch of bench guys, backup catcher, backup center fielder, backup third baseman, and then they'd lose and go, ah, well, it is what it is. And in the early parts of this season, the Yankees would have an opportunity to take that final game of the series or take that series winning game on a getaway day in the afternoon, on a Wednesday, on a Thursday, and they would roll out all 9 starters, same lineup as the night before, same lineup as the night before that. And then they would go out and then they would kill people. And that's what they're doing. Best team ERA, highest team OPS, most home runs in baseball. The Yankees, as a team and Yankee fans, are in dreamland right now. And as it stands, knock on wood, make sure everybody stays on the field and contributes at a high level. Yankee fans and Yankees as a team, the expectation has to be ALCS minimum or bust. Has to be. Has to be. Because you're looking at a point now where, yeah, maybe you get caught by the Orioles. Maybe the Orioles heat up a little bit, right? Maybe the Yankees regress a little bit. All very realistic, all very much a possibility. But in that same time frame between now and the end of the season, yeah, maybe the Yankees get caught by the Baltimore Orioles, but they're also going to reacquire Garrett Cole. They're also going to reacquire Jason Dominguez. You're getting DJ LeMahieu back in the lineup playing third base every single day. The Yankees are only going to get better. Even if they get caught by, I think the Orioles is probably the only team that can give them a legitimate threat. Who cares? For the Yankees and the Yankee fans, without being ungrateful, without being unreasonable, without losing your mind, the expectation now, seeing what this team has done in the first 2 months, the expectation's got to be ALCS at an absolute minimum. Has to be. It should be. The Yankees are good. They're very good. And I want to seriously commend a lot of those guys in that starting rotation that had an option, an opportunity sitting in front of them, finding out that their workhorse, their lead guy, their ace, the reigning American League Cy Young Award winner, was going to miss a substantial amount of time. And instead of taking it the opposite direction, losing focus, losing commitment, making excuses, not putting out maximum effort, sliding into a rut, being middle of the pack, they went ahead and did the exact opposite. Every single guy in that pitching rotation, every single guy in that bullpen has stepped crazy. And it's super promising to see that because now you're the Yankees and you know, even if we lose a guy or two down the stretch one way or another, we've got a bunch of dogs. But they're going to reacquire Garrett Cole. And now you sit here almost 2 months into the season and the Yankees, I mean, good as it gets right now, man. As good as it gets.